everybody, it is April and I just got back from a spring retreat with the Busy Lady Quilt Shop. We had a mystery quilt and it fits perfectly into what we're doing with our strips. So I'm going to show you how to make a block for that mystery quilt. Hold on a minute. She wants me to go downstairs and sit in the chair with her. Okay, so I'll hold her. Maybe this will be a happy medium. I am going to show you how to make one block, and that one block will take care of you for the whole quilt. Now, I found the quilt pattern, but you had to pay for it, which isn't bad. It was $12. The $9.99 shipping, that was hard. So I am going to reach out to that quilt shop, but the pattern that I have has a different name on it. So I'm going to see if I can't find this pattern for free for you. In the meantime, you are going to want to sew 4 jelly roll strips or 2.5-inch strips. This pattern is perfect for a scrappy quilt. So pick 4 jelly roll strips, cut them in half, and sew 4 of those half strips together. Do the same thing with 6 strips. So get 6 2.5-inch strips by about 20 inches and sew those 6 strips together. Then you're going to want to pick a background fabric. For my background, I'm using white. However, you could use all low volume if you have scraps, and it will look great. And then you need to pick a coordinating fabric, and I picked this pink. Now, it can be a print. It's easier if it is not a directional print, but it can be a print or it can be a solid. All right, let's go. Come here. Let me put you here and then look right here. Get up in there. Let's see. Can I turn that? I don't think I can. I think I just have to turn it this way. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pick out 4 strips. I'm going to go 1, 2, and I don't care how long they are right now because I can cut them down to 20 inches, so it doesn't have to be a full jelly roll strip. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, I guess since my coordinating fabric is pink, I should have some pink. So I'm going to have 1, 2, nope, that's not going to work. You know what? I could probably even use this. I'm not going to, but I'm just trying to say there are so many opportunities. Okay, so this is going to be 4. Nope, this is 3, sorry. 3 of my 6. 4 of my 6, 5 of my 6, and I'm going to do this. Nope, not long enough. All right, 6 of my 6. I do want to mention this quilt can be done in a day. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these in half. Nope, I need to measure because I have already cut some of these. So I don't want it to be less than 20 inches. So I've got my set of 4 strips and my set of 6 strips. Now I am going to sew these together just like this, just like you would sew strips together normally on the long side. So as I have been doing for my other strip projects and my half square triangle projects, I'm going to use my Steady Betty and press open my strips. Now they are ready to cut. I am taking my strips. Here is my strip set with 6 strips, and here is my strip set with 4. And they all get cut at the same width. So I am going to use my new Creative Grids Stripology Extra Large ruler that my mother got me for Christmas. So I'm lining up at this edge, and I want to cut 4.5 inch strips. First, I need my rotary cutter. All right, where is my rotary cutter? There it is. Okay. Oh, I've gotten used to using my Kai that I don't have to, let's not cut those, open. Okay, 4.5. Now there isn't a set for 4.5. Like on this ruler, you have a star at every half. Okay, a star at 1.5, 3, 4.5, 6. So I guess every 1.5 inches, and then you have a square for every 2.5 inches. But I don't have anything for every 4.5 inches. So 4.5, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a half. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4.5 and 4.5 is 9. And 9 and 4 is 13.5. And we are going to stop there. If you were making the full quilt, you would want to keep going. All right, so here I've got a little sticky. There we go. Just a little bitty string holding these guys together. I think my rotary cutter may need a new blade. All right, so here's 1, 2, 3. You know what? I need one more because I need 4 of these. So let me cut one more strip set. Let me flip this around. If you don't have the stripology ruler, just take your regular ruler So now I have 4 strip sets with 4 and 4 strip sets with 6. Now let's cut our yardage. I'm going to cut my background fabric at 10.5 inches. So let's use the old stripology, shall we? And then I will line my solid line with the fold of my fabric. Here we go. 10.5 inches, and then here I'll use the 0. Make sure I got that. Okay. Let me pull. Yep, looks good. And let me pull this edge. All right. So we've got 10.5 inches of this fabric. Here, I've got this blue jean, really light denim. It's not really blue jean. It's a very, very, very light denim. And it will look good with anything. And my blade, my goodness. Okay. I may just need to clean my rotary cutter. It's pretty bad. Okay. So now I'm going to just line this up right here, and then I'm going to use this ruler to measure 10.5 inches. 10.5 inches. If you were going to make the entire quilt, you'll need 2 of these 10.5 inch strip sets from your coordinating fabric and your background fabric. I should just need one 10.5 inch square. And then we'll do the same thing again. All right. We will save these because I might not be calculating correctly. Now I'm going to run an iron over these guys real quick. Okay, so what we're going to do is we want a pin, and we are going to mark this way. I'm just going to use a regular pen because this will, is this a Frixon pen? Nope. Okay. Because this will be cut through and you won't see it. All right, so then I'm going to turn it corner to corner again. What I like to do is line up these points on a line on my mat, on my cutting mat, and then lay my ruler on that line on that mat and draw. Same for this side. Okay. So we need to sew a 1/4 inch seam on a 1/4 inch seam on both sides of these lines. And we're going to do the same thing with this 10.5 inch set of blocks. Don't worry if everything doesn't look absolutely perfect. We will be trimming these blocks down, so there is a little wiggle room. So here I have sewn a line on each side of these strips. Now, ideally, I would have my rotating cutting mat, but I don't have it right here with me. So we're just going to do it the old-fashioned way. And try not to get too close to the seam because then it makes it really skinny. So here I've sewn on both sides of these lines. These lines, since they're sewn, these pieces are intact. So what I want to do is I actually want to cut these two lines first. The one that goes in between here and in between here. Now I am just lining up my ruler where I cut where these lines crisscross. So I'm going to cut that way. Then I'm going to turn this way and keep them lined up. Again, a rotating cutting mat would be ideal for this. All right, and then I'm going to draw a line to make sure that I'm hitting where these two lines intersect, the two lines of sewing. Then I need to cut the purple lines. And those are the lines that are going from corner to corner that I sewed on each side of. And like I said, try not to get too close to a seam. It's kind of hard, I know, but just do your best. It's not just, like I said, just do your best. It'll all work out fine. Now, let me, yeah, this blade, seriously. Well, if you just do it really quick, they're fine. It's either the blade or the mat, one of the two. Nope, that one's not going to work out. Let's, okay. Okay. Let me cut the other one and we'll be ready to press these blocks. Okay, so I have a little purple. Alrighty then. And I almost forgot, I need squares of both of these fabrics. Okay, here we go. And then I need white. Wow. All right, this should be straight. It's not perfectly straight. My goodness, I'm gonna have to wash my hands. Let's put this here. So here we've got 4.5 inches. Okay. We are going to iron these on our Steady Betty because we know that our Steady Betty helps us to create perfect half square triangle blocks. We're going to set our seam and iron them open. And the next step is where our half square triangles and our squares come together. Right. So here we have 2 half square triangles and a solid block of each of our other fabrics. I have not straightened up my half square triangle blocks, so I want to cut them down to the same 4.5 inch size that my white and denim blocks are. So here, let's see, I want these to be 4.5 inches. So I'm going to line this ruler up and not quite go to the 4.5 inch mark. Then I'm going to trim each side. Then I'm going to flip my block around, and I'm going to line up the 45-degree angle along the center line of my block, and also line up the 4.5-inch lines. And use your ruler to get a straight line. And here I have a nice 4.5-inch squared half square triangle. So this is what I need to make, and I need 4 of these blocks. So here is our block. I think I might have had it this way. No, probably had it this way. So I sew these 2 squares and then these 2 squares. And if you want to have nesting seams, you will press towards just your plain block. So your half square triangle, don't press towards it, press away from it. And here, these 2 go together and the seams match perfectly. Then what we're going to do is we are going to combine our half square triangle challenge knowledge along with our strip challenge knowledge and put the 2 together to make a beautiful block. Here we have our blocks. They look like tulip blocks to me. Now what we're going to do is we are going to take our strips with 4 and put it on top of the tulip block. And then we are going to take our strips that have 6 strips and we will add them to this. Here I have added the strips to the top, and now I will add the strips to the side. And then I will have the big reveal. So here it is. This is going to be the center of my quilt containing the strip blocks. And then here we've got all the different blocks that we've done so far. Thank you for watching. I very much appreciate it. Have a great day, eat some chocolate, and be kind to everyone. Until next time, bye. Got purple everywhere right now, and it looks like it doesn't go away.